Hello, comrades.
In a dream.
I am beginning the stream.
Land.
I'm having minor technical issues, but we're doing well. Here, I'm having to restart my Dark Souls. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. This is already very funny. What is happening?
A place?
Okay, cool. It's, yeah, everything's about to be all set. Excuse me, a little late today. That's all right, though. Okay. Hope y'all are doing well this evening. I am just out of the shower. Excuse me. This was a slightly delayed stream, but doing groovy. I was listening to Ascending to Infinity by Luca Turilli Rhapsody just now. Wonderful, I guess, stream prep music. Would highly recommend. Really just gets you into that wizardly mood. And already 2 people watching. Hello, everyone. Let's see who is in the chat, if anyone. Atmosai, howdy, wizard. Howdy, Atmosai. So good to have you here. Hope you are doing well this evening. I'm, excuse me, slightly delayed on the stream, but we're doing good. Okay, all is well. Just making sure my game is running well. How are you doing, Atmosai? Hope your evening is wonderful. I think this is going to be a really neat and chill hangout today. I forget where we left off. Oh, right. Yes, we are in fact in the big castle now, still exploring. My cat says hi, says Atmosai. Glorious. Hi to your cat as well. Could you... Never mind. I was going to ask you for more details about your cat, although I'd love for you to share your cat with us more, but I don't know how much you'd like to reveal. Wi-Fat's cat is screaming. Nice. My cat is somewhere beyond in the void, like the void that she is. Atmosai is doing well. Glorious, man. Hell yeah. Well, tell you what, I am finally getting Dark Souls going, so... Here, scene 1. Perfect. All right, awesome. We are in it. Wonderful. Sorry, Wi-Fi. Yeah, the stream was taking a second to begin, and now we are all set, as was planned initially. Yeah, good times. Today's been a really chill day. I don't know. The work was slow, and I got to walk around the woods a little bit and think more about my memories and listen to Dungeon Synth as I did so. And then a friend of mine invited me to go get some mushroom soup at their house. So I just walked over to their home and had some mushroom soup. And truly felt wizardly, not gonna lie. That was very delightful. Yo, Grimnir! Yo, hello, friend! So good to have you here. Hope you're doing well this evening. Yeah, I hope you guys are all chill today. We're just gonna, I think, have a pretty relatively relaxing journey into Dark Souls 2, as always. It's funny the way relaxation and Dark Souls 2 work together. Huh? It's like I want these streams to be kind of cozy and stuff, but it's also difficult to maintain that given the intensity that Dark Souls 2 sometimes throws at us. And what am I looking at here? Wi-Fi, could I ask you to explain what is happening with these locations? Is my game file corrupt? This feels like too intentional to be any kind of corruption. Yeah, what I can't travel here, huh? Did I have these locations unlocked before? I cannot see what's happening. Wi-Fi says, no paladin tonight. I'm very sick. Oh, man, so sorry, Wi-Fi. I hope you get better soon. Suffering. The plague is really just everywhere these days. What are your symptoms, man? I've been kind of sick the past month, just like a tiny bit. Not enough to really call it sick, but also enough to feel it. So that has been interesting. Grimnir is very chill. Wonderful. Okay, enjoy. I think, yeah, this is going to be a good time. And I teleported to the wrong place, which is epic, of course. But I'll correct this miscast teleportation real quick. Excuse me. We are now in the central castle Drangleic. Wi-Fi says once you reach the castle, it shows you all possible bonfire locations. Damn, okay, that's cool. I had no clue. This is neat. Flu-like symptoms. I'm sorry about the fever. At least does it mean you might not have to go into work? That could be epic. Always a plus side to the fever in that sense. I remember back when I was in school. It was like always like the worst kinds of symptoms, and then I would just like never actually get to stay home because there was never a fever to accompany them. It was always a mandatory fever for you to skip school. Anyway, wow, I just got really predicted there by that guy. I feel a little ashamed if I'm being honest. Wow. Tell you what, I'm gonna activate my effigy at this time, just because might as well. You know, it's the beginning of the stream. We're gonna have a good time. Might as well have an effigy going. Wow, still getting shot. I didn't realize there wasn't a wall. That's about what one would expect, I suppose. Dark Souls never gets old like that. Okay. Well, about to run in. So, oh yeah, just to catch everyone up, whoever has forgotten at this point, I think I found my meaning, or kind of. Last time we found a stump on fire that decided to, I guess, promote, to my understanding, regicide, and is now suggesting that I should go out and like replace the current king and bring about the new order to Drangleic, which, you know, I guess is a thing, and I guess is a purpose. You know, for now that's a pretty reasonable purpose. So I don't think it's necessarily a conclusive meaning. I think there's been enough books about how like being a king is ultimately not a particularly fulfilling thing, but I think we'll try it out. And oh my gosh, look at that guy. That's a dwarf right there. Wow. Okay. Anyway. Oh, what are you saying, Wi-Fi? I went into work today, but went home after an hour. Probably won't go in tomorrow. Well, that's good. You know, just, yeah, have a chill day to yourself. Wi-Fi also says, I have some ramen and honey. Hopefully that helps. Dude, ramen and honey. Dude, I mean, even though you're terribly sick, I'm so very sorry. It sounds like you're in a pretty optimal position in terms of a cozy evening. So I'll try to facilitate that for you. Okay. Awesome. Hope you feel better soon, man. We are going right back in there. Gonna kill those pyromancers. At this point, pyromancers are, I don't know, just kind of have a personal vendetta against pyromancers. I don't know, never really liked their style. You know, in a way, it's like respectable. Yeah, like controlling a primal force like fire, that's really cool. But also, it's kind of, in some ways, as a wizard, fairly easy, because, you know, fire feels like a magical substance. And you know, it doesn't take a lot to make it look magical. You're just like, oh, dude, let me get some oil and spit it out of my mouth and like put it in front of a torch, and suddenly it looks like I'm breathing fire, dude. Real wizard hours. No, not really. Yeah, I think fire is a little overrated, and personally, not a huge fan of it. Whatever. I might not have a very good reason to dislike fire, except the memory of my burning village. But I should probably blame the dragon more so than fire. At least with the dragon, I can actually put like an individual behind the suffering that was caused in my past, as opposed to fire, something so arbitrary. Not arbitrary, but something so seemingly inanimate. Also, oh, I haven't seen you guys in a while. Yeah, no. You look intimidating, but no, I've destroyed quite a few of you guys, so yeah. Sorry about that. I do feel kind of bad for knights. Again, they're, at this point, while I don't have a good relation to them, and never really had, they're, I don't know, I guess their loyalty to their purpose is, to a degree, admirable. And I think many wizards at this point would have already quit their job. Oh, wow. Not particularly honorable knights these are, huh? Trying to backstab me. That's okay. If you change your mind, YFAT, and do end up invading, I would be eager to face you in the field of battle. Before last time it didn't happen, which was truly sad. But, you know, perhaps next time. Let's see, what do we have here? Also, I forgot to tell my Discord that the stream is going. There we go. That has been amended. Perfect. Epically, I didn't actually see what it is that I just picked up in the chest. I presume it was something important, or maybe not so. We'll see. I don't immediately know where it is that I'm supposed to be heading in this castle. It feels like that's a mimic. Okay, oh, I know. I've been here before. Get blasted. Here. I kind of really like how animalistic the mimics are in this one. Dark Souls 3 mimics were a little too humanoid, or at least, I mean, it's totally understandable, but this is these kind of are way cooler, I think. Crawling on their backs and stuff like that. Cool stuff. Anyway, checking in with the voices. I'm wondering whether those guys are more golems than knights. Interesting. That's... I have more to say about that in just a second. Let me think about it. Wifet says, the wizard has grown too weak for the paladin. Wow. That saddens me. Really hitting me with the wizard is too weak for the paladin. I've slightly leveled up, actually. Just a little bit. I'm currently at 102. Between streams, I might have done something. Not necessarily to progress anything, but to, well, you know, catch up on some things that I didn't do. Like, I went ahead and found Gavlan and picked up the items that were thrown around that area. And speaking of that encounter with people in the poisoned area in the mines, crit multiplier. Hello, the ramen wizard back at it again. Nice. Man, good to see you, man. It's been a minute since I think we've had you here in the early parts of the stream. So, yeah, good times, man. Thank you for coming by. I think this is going to be a fun time today. Oh, right, of course. How could I have forgotten? I think we're not going to deal with these people at this time. I have another surprise for you guys. Since our last stream, I maybe have gone to the pit again. That's right, I have gone to the pit, and I might have retrieved a certain thing from a crystal lizard, because I didn't really want to bother everyone during the stream. But I didn't actually apply it yet. Can I do it? Yes, I can. Here. I probably should have done this immediately, but it doesn't seem like the way I was going had any fruit behind it, so we're going to go back. And guess what I have now? I have the thing. Excuse me. Where is it? There we go. Was this what I was seeking before? The Dark Knight Stone, an altered state of Titanite, used to imbue weapons with dark or to provide dark reduction to shields. Sorcerers at the Melfian Magic Academy once attempted to imbue Titanite with various elements, but are said to have failed. Someone must have succeeded, though. What else would explain this stone? So yeah, we have a dark stone here, which is neat. Good times, am I right? The only question now is how do I actually use it? I don't believe Leningrast has the ability to do anything with the stone, so I may ask the voices to direct me at this point as to where I should go. Didn't want to look up any spoilers. Also, Gangsta Monkey 214, since you're an expert on horror and body horror and damage, do you have any hot takes on hollows looking like mummified corpses? Does it stem from wanting a more dignified and noble looking corpse? Interesting. So that wasn't where I was taking it, but I kind of like your reading, Gangsta Monkey. Also, sick name. I don't know if you've joined our streams before, but thanks for bringing out body horror. We do enjoy a bit of that. Also, if anyone has any tips on where I'm supposed to go to get the Darkstone imbued in my sword, I would absolutely love some assistance at this point. So thank you all. But yeah, Gangsta Monkey. So I would say the Hollows, to me, I think of them more as zombies, at least in terms of like husks that continue on existing in this world that is just unending without any kind of death or purpose or meaning, just existing for nothing more than existing. And I think that kind of feels more like, yeah, like zombies we see in our media. Kind of zombies, a lot of them seem to be tied to our, I guess, current state of affairs, where we've kind of, as a society, begins to abandon greater points of meaning and are now, in fact, being subsumed by the great corporate machine, in which we lose our identities, lose ourselves, lose any kind of greater meaning, and then just pursue this kind of mindless, almost scripted version of existence, where we just pursue our jobs, pursue what is expected of us socially, and kind of you hear about that NPC behavior that some people talk about. I don't personally like that term, but I do think it's interesting, and then it kind of goes to the core of zombies. And I think Hollows are very much akin to zombies in that sense. Their shriveled looks, I think, they feel lifeless, and yet they still continue to walk. They are ultimately walking and dying corpses. I think today the anxiety is partially not that we're gonna end, because for us to end, it would be kind of cathartic. We have all these apocalypse films, like, oh my god, the end of humanity, the end of everything, whatever, it's so fucking crazy. But there's a catharsis in that. Meanwhile, what we are really facing is more akin to cyberpunk, where we will not be denied a death, and we will in fact continue existing in a world that's worse and worse and worse, and yet nothing is ever going to end, and we ourselves may be indeed deprived of death in this state, continuing to labor kind of like Leningrad here, endlessly, without any purpose really, as the world continues to fall apart, as we can literally see by his falling apart house. Anyway, that's just my take on the zombies in this game. But yes, now let's see what's everyone saying. Talk to Macduff in the Lost Bastille. All right, we're heading to Lost Bastille now. Thank you for that, Yfat. Yfat says, sorry, Crit Multiplier says, I think the Hollows look kind of rugged to me, worn down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so just this unending state that they inhabit, I think very much. It totally feels that way. I mean, just look at again, Leningrad, man, poor guy. It's at the same time, it feels like he does actually have a purpose, but then the purpose is just this endless repetition, which feels kind of lifeless in a way, even though we kind of attribute some purpose to it. And also, how's this guy doing? What's he up to? I don't think we've really ever properly talked. Let me speak to him in just a moment. Let me check in with the voices. Grimir says, to me, they symbolize life without force, so withered plants. Yeah, exactly. I like that. Yeah, no, I think that's pretty much exactly it. And I think the zombie motif explores that very extensively in our culture. And I think there's actually a lot of zombie scholarship. I recommend by Jeffrey Jerome. No, not Cohen. Excuse me. There was Stephen Shaviro's Cinematic Body has a wonderful excerpt on the Night of the Living Dead. And that one really kind of goes into that anxiety of ever continuing undead bodies. Anyway, you might enjoy that. So just something to consider. Okay. So yeah, talking to this guy here. Flame, I see. I don't appreciate how you speak to me, but I'm not a smith, have it. kind of real for that, Macduff. Okay. Okay, we're going to infuse our weapon. You guys are ready? So, might be a little cliche here, but I kind of enjoyed the name Merlin's Bane last time we had our stream. It made me think a little bit. And somebody was recommending Merlin's butter knife, and I don't really like the idea of us having a possession of Merlin, because ultimately Merlin was a wizard that worked for a king, and that's really not what we've been about this entire journey. I think the way to go is, in fact, to do the opposite, and to be, in fact, the bane of Merlin, I think. Even though Merlin is such a great, significant wizard historically, I think it's also... I think it would actually imbue the sword with some power there. But we can still think more about the names. Either way, at this point, I think it's time to use our Dark Knight Stone. You guys prepared? It's happening. All right. Glory to the Dark Knight Stone. Actually, wait. Before I do that. Magic Stone is only C. Okay, so yeah, we're doing Dark Stone. Yes, Dark Stone time. Okay. And so a weapon of great power is made. For now, Merlin's Bane, but perhaps it will be renamed in the future. As soon as a sword is named, there's suddenly so much more like lore significance to it that, I mean, you think like, oh yeah, Bilbo and Sting, like classic. Like as soon as he gets a named sword, it actually has like a presence in the narrative, and I think the Merlin's Bane will in fact be important to our journey. So okay, we are now going back to the Drangleic Castle, having gotten ourselves a pretty awesome deal with a sword. So let's get right back to it. And we're still human, which is nice. But yeah, Gangsta Monkey, I hope that was satisfactory in terms of the analysis, because the thing is, like, a lot of people already kind of have analyzed that shriveled body look, although I do wonder, maybe we can reframe that by thinking of them as mummies. But we don't typically think of mummies as living in our media, except for maybe, like, I guess in maybe certain films and stuff. Whoa, okay, dude, not cool. Okay. How much damage do I do now? Probably more. I feel like I'm doing more damage. Okay. Nice. Nothing better than cutting down pyromancers. Maybe cutting down kings, but whatever. I remember cutting down a king once. That was I was kind of involved in the process. A lot of that was taken on by the skeleton lords. They didn't really want him killed. I think for some reason I had a very negative predisposition to the king in my past. I struggle to remember what exactly it was that he did that was so terrible, if I'm being honest, but yeah, no. I think we ended up... No, I mean, no, I do remember we did flay the king, but I don't remember who was the one to do the final blow ultimately. Yeah. So, skeletons, yeah, they don't like skin. It's, yeah, classic skeleton feature, am I right? Anyway, at this point in the journey, we've been accumulating all kinds of magics, and I'm hoping that we find an even greater source of dark magics and hexes. Is there going to be something like that in our future? I'm curious. Dislike button says, oh, what of the old Iron King? Dislike button, I completely forgot there was ever, we even did that. You're so right. I did have, in fact, killed a king. At this point, it's official, right? That felt pretty good, although the ultimate enemy there really was the lava. That felt more like a Balrog, I suppose, than a king. But yeah. Anyway, excuse me. I'm realizing that I'm not sure where to go. You guys, am I missing something? I think I'm missing something. Feels like somewhere along the route I have, in fact, gone the wrong way. I can try to go the direction of that lady again, the one that I talked to a little earlier, the one that felt like a queen. But maybe I am wrong for doing so. We shall see. Oh, what's this? Pilgrim Belclair. No, not at this time. I don't need your assistance, but thank you. Well, actually, what do I even lose? Why not? So, Belclair, show me your prowess. I'd like to see it. Well, if it says Golem puzzle at to the off ladder. Oh, you're wise, my friend. I forget this, and I really just... Never mind, Belclair. You were real for just a moment. Goodbye, Belclair. This was not intentional. I didn't mean to treat you that way. Okay. Well, let's give that another go. I suppose you're so right about the Golem puzzle. I think the Golem puzzles have been really stumping me. I didn't think I fully grasped how I solved the one at the front of the castle, but that's I guess that's behind us now, which is nice. But now there's, I guess, a new one ahead. So let's see what's up. Okay. And do you guys have any favorite examples of magic in media? I'm curious. Any magic systems y'all like say in books or in films or in TV shows or video games? I'm just kind of curious, like, what are everyone's I guess experiences with magic? How interesting. Well, oh, you don't tell me I need to use a fragrant branch of yore. I guess not. Something is not... Oh! I'm gonna have to use one of those assassins. Okay, we're gonna use one of the assassins then. No. These are always a menace. Yes, a radiant life gem. That's exactly what I intended. Whoa. This is really unfortunate. So if I can just get one, it should be okay. That's okay. We will not be getting one. That's all right. Grimnir says, mechanically I loved Magicka, but this is purely game design wise. Interesting. I don't think I've really tried Magicka. Is that one you'd ever recommend possibly streaming? Would that be at all something that fits the vibe of our adventures? I am looking for what we're going to do next. I know that after Dark Souls 2 we will for sure probably pursue Elden Ring. But I don't know, Elden Ring is daunting. I suspect that'll be like months and months and months of streaming. Which I guess is pretty exciting. Are you guys looking forward to Elden Ring? Have you all played Elden Ring at this point? I would assume most of you have. Yeah. Wow, that felt nice. Okay, we're going to try that again. This time I'm going to be more ready. 1, 2. Okay, wow, I'm really doing so much more damage now. That's delightful. Here. So I'm supposed to somehow kill that man over here. 1, 2, right? Right? Eh? I think we're doing it. What's happening? Okay, that was that was crazy. So he. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I guess the contraptions remind me very much of Anne Orlando, not just in design, but I guess in the complexity of them. Huh. Wi-Fi says, I don't have a favorite, but definitely have a least favorite, D&D's magic system. Well, honestly, I totally respect that. I've been DMing for, I don't know, maybe no, excuse me, sorry, that's a little too much. 6 years now, and I've really not cared for any of the magic classes there. You'd think like I'd be totally into the wizard there, but I don't know. It's yeah, kind of unsatisfying to play. But I don't know if that's necessarily what you're talking about. I'm curious to hear what are your qualms with the D&D's magic system. I personally just, I don't know, I think like the way the cooldowns work are kind of boring, make the classes very limiting, but here. Okay. I can't say that Dark Souls 2 has particularly the craziest magic system I've seen, or one that I necessarily like a lot, but it has its ups and downs. You know, I do enjoy the ups. It is sometimes quite satisfying when it actually works. Gangsta, sorry, excuse me, no, not yet getting to the Gangsta Monkey. Grimnir Talk says, I think it's too old now, to be honest, and it's better as a party game with friends probably, but it was fun for its time. Oh, for sure. Okay, cool. Well, I'll have to look more into Magicka, maybe. We'll see. I know recently there was a game called Yap Yap, if you all have seen that one. Kind of a classic friend slop type adventure. A good friend of mine recently tried the beta. That was kind of monstrous, if I'm being honest. It was man, what do I say? How do I say it? None of the spells actually like worked, and that was truly painful. It was like half of the game was no, sorry, the entire game of Yap Yap. If you haven't tried Yap Yap, it's just you are trying to cast spells. Sorry, you're trying to rob a wizard's home, and you have magic wands to fight off the creatures that are inside of the wizard's home. And the only way to activate those spells is verbally, as in through your microphone. It sounds like a great concept. It was kind of fun for the first round, but with two people, it was really monstrous, and half the spells just did not register. There was nothing more like depressing than just being like fish and yuk, fish and yuk, fish and yuk, as a like 9-foot tall knight approaches you and like scoffs at your dollar store frost spell, and nothing registers. Anyway, it was a funny game. I might end up streaming it. We'll see. Have a friend who's interested in that. Gangster Monkey says, Elden Ring is a masterpiece and the current peak of gaming and storytelling. Well, man, I've started it. It was really delightful, and I'm excited to get back to it at some point. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen, but actually, no, I know exactly. It's going to happen exactly as soon as I finish Dark Souls 2. I started it a while back, but just kind of had to stop. Life got in the way, and since then I've forgotten my quest, so another time. Wi-Fi says, I am the greatest wizard to ever live, but I have to take a nap after 4 fireballs. I like that. Yeah, no, dude, that's really funny. Yeah, straight up. It's so limiting. Yeah, for real. Man, I once had oh my God, I love that. You're cool. You're really cool. I'm sorry you're in pain, but it fascinates me. I'm going to examine you. No key to the embedded inventory. No key embedded. Okay, well. Oh, wow. There's a prisoner. This is sick. This is like some of the most grimdark design thus far that we've encountered in this journey. I kind of respect Vendrick a bit more now. Like, that's a hell of a thing to do to somebody. I've never seen that. Badass Vendrick. 1 point to you. Crit Multiplier says, how are you so elusive? I still can't find you. I can't find you to invade, XD. I'm sorry, man. My level is player status. Excuse me. My level is 102. This is everything that I have. And man, I really hope we do get to PvP, because that was really delightful last time we did it. So please make it happen. I don't know. If there's something I can be doing that'll make it easier for y'all to invade, please let me know, because I would like to do that. I think it kind of helps us grow a narrative together, and I've been really enjoying that. Grimmy Talk says, it looks like it relies key to King's Passage. Sick. Grimmy says, it looks like it relies on the chaos of bad spellcasting lol, but that is very much the same idea as Magicka. Oh, that's fun. Maybe I would enjoy Magicka. I think just playing Yap Yap with 2 people, just unsustainable. We could never finish a single quest. Huh. Okay, let's see. Fire Seed. Soul Vessel. What is a Soul Vessel? That sounds intriguing. Oracle Carla. I wonder who is Oracle Carla. Well, we shall see. Okay, I think I'm ready for Oracle Carla. Wi-Fi says, I think the chain thing is ripped straight from Berserk. I wouldn't be surprised. That does feel like a Berserk thing, for sure. Okay, what are we working with here? So far, no invader. I do wonder where they would possibly be. Strong magic shield. Okay. I don't know if we're gonna necessarily need that soon, but okay. Nothing in here. Do you guys know if that was an NPC that invaded me? That didn't feel like an NPC name, but sorry, that felt like an NPC name, but you never really know who these. Fuck me. Okay, okay. Okay. It's about to get real, you guys. I have a feeling that's not an NPC. Okay, that's me. That's I am dead. I presume that was in fact an NPC. Excuse me. Was that an NPC? Excuse me for that. I could have probably handled that better. Excuse me. Okay. Another time, for sure. Not been particularly good at PvP the last few times. I think I might not be doing the optimal thing anymore, or haven't been going right about it. So somebody can invade me, or at least I think. Again, that was an NPC. Also, whoever's joining, welcome to the journey. I am a wizard, just looking for. I guess these days it's been a cool hat, a good friend. We're trying to remember my memories of my past life before this all happened, and oh god, I got key to the King's Passage. Glorious. Yeah, and I was saying I also been looking for meaning for a while, and it seems like I might have found some kind of a meaning, that being usurping the current king, according to the one tree stump that talked to me. So that's been it. Okay. Oh, crit multiplier. That was you. Oh, my friend. Hello. Okay. You weren't expecting me to just be on the... Fair enough. Sorry about that. I really wasn't sure who that was. I want a rematch, but that's okay. It's all right. The stream is still young. I suspect it will happen again. Okay. What am I looking at? Okay. Damn. Oh gosh, okay, alright, well, that's a little unfortunate, but tell you what, I happen to have a soul arrow. Soul spear, excuse me, no. The Soul Spear is delightful in how it just pierces everybody altogether. Nice. Oh, these are the builds I made with great care years ago, says Crit Multiplier. I see. No, I definitely did not register that as you, just because in the past our battle was you know, you were somebody else, and that seemed like a name of an NPC, so that was very believable. Good stuff. Oh, I love my petrified something. Always good to have. Okay. Oh, just missed something. Let's see. But no, that was well fought, man. I'm sorry for the ambush. Soul of the Proud Knight. Cool. Twinkling Titanite. Yes, we are going to upgrade our Sunset Staff soon, so that'll be delightful. What Crit Multiplier says, she got more tricks, maybe in their reinvasion. Okay, well, I'm excited for that. That was definitely not a good arena, I think, for us to fight. I think it was just, yeah, very, I don't know, very cramped there for both of us. Either way, it was cool. Thank you for inviting me. Oh gosh, what are you? Okay, Looking Glass Knight. I mean, that's sick. Is that that's the helmet that Cupcake Souls wears? That's cool. Whoever hasn't seen her content, she is a pretty great Dark Souls essayist. Okay. Something tells me this knight is going to be reflecting my spells at me. Just like something about the mirror thing, sorry, or the looking. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Let's see. Can I get a soul spear off of the? Yes, I can. That's reasonable. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. No! I don't know what happened there. Okay, can I make it? I think so. I do... Oh, damn, that's so brutal. What are we working with here? That's sick. That's really sick. Extremely metal design. I feel like this might be actually a very challenging boss fight. The way he just closes range is kind of very impressive, and I have a feeling that he might be difficult to dodge throughout this encounter. I'll give it my best shot, though. Okay. Can I get some melee on you? Oh, okay. I might be able to get some decent melee hits on him. Oh, okay. I think I'm not doing the melee right. Also, just to appreciate, sick arena. I like the rain. This is badass. Ooh, okay. You are strong, man. I mistimed that entirely. Excuse me. Ooh, all kinds of moves. It's interesting fighting a spellcaster knight. Feels definitely at least a little atypical of knights. They definitely make me question, I guess, traditional boundaries between magic and like physical powers of. Oh my God, is that? That was that. All right, that was the Looking Glass Knight. Pretty brutal. I am kind of excited for this boss fight, actually. This might be so far one of my favorite ones. I really enjoyed the mechanic of summoning a guy through the shield. Like that's cool. That I mean, what else can I say there? That's really badass. I've never seen anything like that. it makes sense that he'd be able to deflect spells, or she, or I don't know the pronouns of the knight. Also, again, the helmet design is sick. Kind of makes me think a bit of Blasphemous, although I don't know which game came first. Let me see, what's everyone saying at this time? Wi-Fi says, crit, the Looking Glass Knight summons you. Oh, those are so random. I don't know if I'll get it. I have better luck with invasion signs. I see. Crit Multiplier says to Wi-Fi, yeah, but is dropping white sign enough to get summoned? Wi-Fi says, any form of invasion works anywhere in the castle. I see. And then Crit Multiplier says, so it just prioritizes you, huh? Understandable. Okay, well, that was an interaction. Whoever's joining, welcome in. Happy to have you here. We are going up against the Fume Knight. Not the Fume Knight, excuse me. The Looking Glass Knight. Yes, I saw memes about a Fume Knight when I was preparing for the stream. Okay. Also, to anyone wondering, this is in fact my first Dark Souls 2 playthrough. Very little spoilers, and I had no idea this was a boss fight. Wow. You have a lot of health, and gosh. Jeez, okay. I might really have to go in, like, with my sword, honestly. This might have to be what happens. Okay. Ooh. 2, 3. Okay, so we can probably get 3 hits on him before he does the thing. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you know, that actually makes it sort of easier. One, 2. Okay, so that's all that's needed with him. Yeah, try me. Oh, didn't see that coming. I was expecting him to do that little sweep thing without actually sending anything out at me. Oh, mistimed. Okay. Fighting knights sword to sword is challenging, I'll say. At least I've not been great at it. It seems like, you know, they've actually had professional training for years and years. And man, I mean, that's a special anti-mage knight when you think about it. The fact that he has a shield that explicitly sends your magics back at you is that feels pretty anti-magic coded to me. So we are in fact fighting a knight made specifically for the purpose of killing mages like us here. So yeah, that's I guess a little rough, but I think this is totally manageable for sure. Wifet says, it's weird, but red sign outside the boss room tends to work the best, but that may be placebo. Interesting. I'm assuming he's still talking about invasions. Aged Crits! Hello, friends! So glad to have you here. How's it going? Hey, I got here in time. Yes, man. The stream is still quite young. We have probably another good 2 hours ahead of us. So, yeah, no, man. Get cozy. Aged Crits also says, anyone gonna get summoned by the Glass Knight? Is that a thing? Does the Glass Knight summon players? What an interesting boss fight. If that's in fact the case, I have a feeling this will be that would be a very one-sided battle. We'll see. I mean, good luck if you do end up getting summoned by the Looking Glass Knight. We'll see. Okay, just keeping some range a little bit. One. Oh, got too greedy there. Oh, am I gonna get one shot? I have a feeling I'll be one shot. No, not today. We're okay. At some point I'll have to find a new place to get some effigies. Speaking of which, are there other traders of effigies besides the drug dealer looking character? Okay. I do really like the music on this one as well. This feels like a very special boss fight, you know? Like, a lot of thought had gone into it. I don't know necessarily what's the significance of this knight being out in the rain, except for, well, I mean, him being able to harness the power of actual lightning. Man, if that was just like Y-Fat on the other side, that'd be a little too much. I think we have a pretty good shot here. You know what? Ooh. Speaking a little too soon. Stay back from me. You are an honorable knight. I'm glad you are not actually causing me damage with my own spells. That would have been... I mean, I suppose fitting, but I would have not enjoyed that. Keeping distance, keeping distance. I think I'm supposed to just go in. Never mind, I'm supposed to play it safe and smart, like a wizard's supposed to. Not having the columns does make a difference. The columns have been a very useful environmental feature in this one. Your shield is doing its job. Ooh. Try to attack me. Okay, we're okay. I think this is gonna be the end of the Looking Glass Knight. Unless he summons somebody. 2, 3. Yeah, that's the end of the Looking Glass Knight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh gosh. Looking Glass Knight. Yes! Glorious! Well, good fight. Alright, you guys. Well, that was the Looking Glass Knight. And we got a soul. That might be my... Oh, of course. Nothing's that easy. Excuse me. I have to remember where I am. You guys... Oh. Thank you all for your understanding. I appreciate it. Okay. Well, good times. I think that so far has been my favorite boss fight. Just because of the different, like, I guess, features involved in it. The boss design was sleek and cool. The moveset was actually generally difficult to dodge, and then the, well, I mean, parts of it were, I guess, some parts were pretty straightforward, but I liked the gimmick of, like, the summoning. That was cool. What do you guys think about that one? How does this boss fight rate for you compared to a lot of the other stuff in Dark Souls 2? Whoever's joining, this was my, in fact, first time with this knight. Again, my first time with Dark Souls 2, so this has been pretty cool so far. I've been liking it. Also, I'm glad that I skipped the elevator, because there's in fact a chest that we've missed. Can I get eaten by a mimic? No, not this time. Soul Bolt, Spell Quartz Ring +2, Bonfire, Ascetic. Fair enough. Nothing too crazy just yet. And so down we go. Looking at the voices, HCrit says, not the first time you could participate in a boss fight as an invader, and it wasn't the last. I don't know what else you could do that in Dark Souls 1 I didn't know you could do that in Dark Souls 1. I know there's the DLC boss fight in Dark Souls 3 that does that, but I wasn't aware of other ones. Oh well. Sorry about the no boss summon, you guys. Maybe I should have died a few more times. I never mind. I'm glad that it's done, and because I think that could have been. I'd rather our next duel be on kind of relatively equal ground. Well, so yeah. Although that could have been cool. Let's see. Green Blossom, sick. All right. Light Torch, nice. I'm glad I checked. Into the Dark. I don't have a lot of spells left. You know, it's like moments like these that I really just love in these games, when you're just walking through the dark, slowly holding a torch sort of above your head. And I didn't know that was like important to hold a torch above your head. Not just because, you know, you think that you need to hold the torch above your head, so it's like, oh, not like super hot or anything like that, and it lights up more. But actually, if you just like hold a torch in front of yourself, you literally just won't see anything. I tried going into the woods with a candle recently, and let me just tell you, that didn't work. The candle wasn't bright enough to light the way in front of me unless I held it in front of myself. But even then, it just, you know, it just blinded me because everything else was dark and the candle was so bright. And wow, oh my gosh, what are we looking at? Shrine of Amana. This is insane. I love that. Is this a swamp area? Hope this is not the swamp area. Anyway, look at the roots, man. We love roots. Roots are so cool. Absolutely adore roots. Okay, what's everyone saying? Any sign? Excuse me. People usually hate that fight. Oh, interesting. Oh. I don't have my spells. That's interesting. Okay. I don't have my spells. That's all right. That's all right. We're gonna do fine. All right, Oracle Carla. Show me what you got. What are we working with here? Up. Oh, excuse me, dude. I'm sorry, dude. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Ooh, that's crazy. Ooh, I didn't appreciate that. I guess I can't do magic anymore. Reasonable. Okay. Good fight, man. So far, Crit Multiplier has been mogging on us this stream. Well done, Crit Multiplier. I'll have to figure something out. That was pretty cool. Mask, what was the field you did there? Was that an anti-magic field, I presume? That was cool. Well, good fight, man. So far, so now we have to incorporate this Oracle Carla into the lore. Because they've been harassing us throughout the Drangleic castle. Okay. Great Resonance Soul.exe. Interesting. Fair enough. Well, that was cool. I enjoyed that. Thank you so much for invading. I'm assuming this is you, in fact. Understandable. All right. So your previous wizard build seemed more like a match, but the Oracle Carla has been a bit beyond me. Perhaps our paths will meet again, and I will have all my spells. But nah, dude, that was a completely fair fight. I don't believe we were not on uneven ground there. I think I've even had a drop on you previously, and you still won. So I still would love to fight you again. That actually is fun. I think I genuinely really enjoy PvP in these games. I used to really delight in doing faith invasions. That was awesome. I've mentioned it before. Yeah, playing as Shadow Jesus was like fucking crazy. Oh, thanks, man. What did you... was it you give me an effigy there? What did you just give me? I think you gave me an effigy. If you did, thank you, friend. It is appreciated. Huh. Let's see, what's everyone saying? Wizard should use an ascetic to respawn the knight for more summons. Ooh, interesting. Is this in fact something I should do? And if so, how do I go about using the ascetic? Any sign can get you summoned by the Glass Knight. That's cool. All right. Well, tell you what, guys. If you all want me to fight the knight again, I'm totally down to do it. So that's totally an option. Also, again, whoever's joining, we just defeated the Looking Glass Knight and are progressing now onwards into this crazy root place. This is like below Elden Ring. That's what it feels like. I guess is Dark Souls 2 just below the Earth Tree? We'll see. Aged Crit says, brace yourself. I presume that was about me fighting. Oh, welcome to Hell 2. Oh, is this in fact what I think it is? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, well, not too bad, right? Never mind. Well, that was sick. Whatever we just fought was cool. And it gave us a human effigy, which is kind of awesome, actually. Large soul, nameless warrior. I do not know what you mean by welcome to hell. We'll have to see, though. Also, I got 42,000 souls. Wait. You guys, we need to level up now. We're leveling up now. We're getting better gear, because that's totally an option. And we're going back here and exploring this location because, man, I mean, that does look crazy. But I do need to level up before I lose 42,000 souls at this time. All right. So if anyone's wondering in terms of my wizard experience regarding big trees, actually pretty limited. I mean, trees have always been kind of an interesting source of magic, or like their relation to magic has always been, you know, kind of fascinating. I feel like if we're finding living trees... Oh, what?
Let me see it, so that I may help you.
Whoa, what?
To see light, just however faint it might be.
Upgrade Estus? Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Nice. Okay. But no, trees are strange. I don't know. I think the portrayals of trees as animated is slightly problematic in terms of like environmentalist messages, in that, you know, they don't really stand up and fight for themselves like fantasy often portrays. And I think that can make us slightly complacent, because there's like that narrative that, oh yeah, the trees are going to stand up and they're going to, you know, with their magic and like nature, they're going to like, you know, destroy the orcs and shit. As we see, you know, in Lord of the Rings, spoilers. But then, you know, that doesn't really happen and hasn't really happened. And so, I don't know, whatever. That was more about animated trees. Trees specifically as magic objects have great rhetoric behind them. They feel old and wise, and that's, I don't know, I guess pretty magical, if you would want to put it that way. Also, at this point, what can I be doing here? See, oh man, do I upgrade my Sunset Staff, or do I upgrade Staff of Wisdom? Man, you guys, you know me, I think I have to upgrade my Staff of Wisdom, right? What do you all think? Because I actually have enough intelligence to use it finally. You guys, please let me know what you all think, if it's worth it. It would be kind of cool, honestly. But you know what I can upgrade? I can upgrade this thing here with a Titanite chunk. And so now I have a slightly better chime. Also, I don't think soul spears have been particularly effective for me, so I'm going to slightly vary things up. I'm gonna equip one of these. Instead of this, I'm gonna equip a, excuse me, Soul Greatsword. That looks kind of cool. I'll give that a shot. Why not? How does this work? Soul Greatsword. Yay! That's what I meant to do. Okay, let's give it a shot. That's sick! Oh, I love that. Okay, yeah, we're keeping that. We're keeping that just for the flashiness of it. Yes, okay. Whoever's joining, hope you're having a wonderful day, friends. I'm just a wizard exploring Dark Souls 2 for the first time. As said before, kind of almost in a blurb-like way. I'm looking for a cool hat, looking for friends, looking for cool spells. And these days, well, meaning, but I think I've found my meaning in that I'm going to pursue the destruction of the local king. Yeah, that's been my meaning lately. Yeah. The lizard guys are great for farming effigies. Thank you, YFAT. I'll remember that. In fact, I might do that off stream. Crit Multiplayer says the shrine is ethereal, but it drains one's sanity slowly. Aged Crits knows. Okay, fair enough. Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate that ominous warning there. Aged Crits also says there is some lore and magical trees in DS2. I'm excited to see it if we encounter it. Hell yeah. Crit Multiplayer says the BDSM tree XD. I do not know what this is about. The voices are manic sometimes. What am I upgrading? Am I doing it? I've spent dozens of hours farming Twinkling Titanite, says YFAT. Oh, okay, well, that's good to know. You know what? We might as well start doing it. We're going to upgrade our Staff of Wisdom. The Staff of Wisdom is just, you know, such a cool name. We're going for it. So it's a Staff of Wisdom +1. Let's see, how does it compare to our current staff? This would be great to find out. Also, I like the equipment load in this game. I really feel like it hasn't been that evil to me, you know? That's... Oh, never mind. Oh my gosh, that's way better. Yeah, we're keeping that. Cool, let's see it. Feeling wise and sagely right now, not gonna lie. This is kind of a powerful staff. We're gonna use this from now on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch them around though, because I currently have my memories. My memory is different here. It's this. The sorceries are supposed to be just off the sword. Here we go. Yeah, now I'm ready for anything that's to come. And I might as well pop a soul right now and get a little bit more XP, you know? Sorry, not XP, leveling up. Yeah. What's everyone else saying? YFAT, don't lie, it was because of the atmosphere, not the the Twinkies. Okay. H Crit says, Forest of Fallen Giants. Have we been there? I think we've been there already. Not sure if I'm being honest. YFAT says that singing is burned into my memory forever. Guys, I don't know what these people, what the voices are talking about. Sometimes the voices just talk about things that I don't understand, which, you know, they have all the right to do so. I don't know, none of us asked to be in this head, so that's okay. And yeah, whoever isn't familiar, you guys are all, in fact, the many voices inside of my head. You're just this great deluge of voices, which is pretty cool. Also, we're gonna go ahead and level up strength. That's right. Kind of awesome. Let's give it a shot. For the first time in a while. H-Crit says, equip load in DS2 is more nuanced. Shame it got simplified in further titles. I mean, I haven't felt the depth of it. But I don't know. It's been convenient for sure. I've very much enjoyed how much equipment load I've been able to, how many things I've been able to like wear at the same time. Because look, I got a shield, I got a chime, I got a sword, I got a staff, I got another staff. I'm fully in my armor, and I am still not fat rolling, which, you know, feels a little impossible in some of the other titles. So this has definitely been a pleasant thing. Okay, what do we have? Ooh. Yo. Alright. We'll pick that up later. I hope you're a friend. You don't seem like a friend. You're not a friend. You're really not a friend. I'm going to kill you now. Classic not a friend behavior. Okay. Alright. Alright, whoever's joining, welcome in, comrades. Happy to have you all here. Welcome to the Deluge of Voices. We are over here for the first time. Never been here before, and this is one of those terrifying things that you never want to see in these games. Tell you what, can I just... Sometimes it's really nice to be a wizard. That was one of those moments. Okay. I'll take that. I'm glad that's not a trap. Wilted Dusk Herb, Skeptic Spice. Sick. Okay. We're doing pretty good so far. What do these guys drop? Archdrake Boots. I'm kind of curious enough to read the boots description since maybe we're going to get some lore. Archdrake Boots, where are you? Archdrake Boots, okay. Boots of Archdrake sect of Lindelt. Little is known about the Archdrake seat and its ancient rituals, and those who dare to indulge their curiosity have been known to simply vanish. The Archdrake seat... Am I reading that right? Oh, sect, excuse me. My eyes aren't the best. The Archdrake sect are the keepers of Lindelt's histories, including the only record of its foundations, a tome that have good reason to keep hidden away. Good times. Okay. Well, the more we know about these local individuals, yeah, for sure. What's everyone saying? Oh, Age Scripts has been saying quite a bit. Oh, there we go. We go again. Oh, we go again, you guys. Oh, sudden adrenaline again. Oh, goodness. So we've been defeated by this individual several times at this point. And look at them just menacingly slow walking towards us with a massive scythe. They have a good hat, kind of a witchy hat, which, you know, I might seek at some point. Okay, where are we? Oh, dude. Okay. Oh, dude. Okay. Stay away. Ooh. Okay. You got the damage. All right. Glorious! Good fight, friend. Good fight. Okay, wow. Adrenaline there for sure. Good fight, man. I appreciate the human effigy. Sit down for a second. Take a breather. Contemplate that. Wow. Well, the crazy scythe, man. That was impressive. I think the roll catch was unexpected. I didn't realize how big the greatsword was, which was a pleasant surprise for sure. Damn, I've never really used a greatsword spell like that, so that was delightful. I think I've seen footage of a greatsword that was dark, and I would like to find that one in the future. Thank you for invading, man. I appreciate that a lot. I genuinely, like, I don't know, I enjoy our little duels and stuff. Whoever wants to join and duel me, please. I think it only adds to this overall story that's happening constantly throughout his journey. So Yeah, you guys are more than welcome to. Thank you, Crit Multiplier. Okay, let me see. I'm definitely behind on the messages right now. Equipped load in DS2 is definitely more nuanced, right? Wi-Fi says you are wearing literal rags and are carrying a glowing sticks. So yeah, equipped load shouldn't be a problem. That's fair. Okay. H-Crit says Shaded Woods has magic trees too. Okay, I don't remember those. Oh yeah, okay, right. The one that screamed, of course. That one. Those weren't really. Those couldn't really help themselves though. But yeah, no, for sure. Ishkrit also says, still not leveling vigor, your funeral. Probably, yeah. One day, all my sins will catch up to me, and the glass cannon will perish. Like glass. Equip load has gradual improvement as well as break points. Roll distance and stamina gradually improve as you lower equip load. Ah, I see. Rematch time. Yeah, for sure. The rematch was that was pretty intense. Okay. I appreciated that. Okay, what do we have? Ooh, you guys are honestly really cool looking. I fear you a little bit, but you're also genuinely really sick and twisted. Okay, what does everyone says? Crit says, nice catch, GG. Yeah, man, thank you so much for joining. Crit says, excellent dead angle. I don't know what you mean by a dead angle, but thank you. Good times. Grimnir says, damn, that was crazy. Well done, both of you. Yeah, I that felt pretty cinematic all around. I'm shocked you didn't use as many spells this time around. But that's, I don't know, I guess perhaps maybe handicapping yourself a little bit. The scythe was crazy, though. Human effigy. Finally getting effigies. That's kind of nice. I was getting worried for a second that we weren't going to see any anytime soon. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I guess really. Yeah, never mind. Got cocky there for a second. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, definitely got to play it safer than that. Sometimes, you just want to be an epic wizard and, not care about the enemy's abilities and then just get destroyed like that. Also, surely there's a way to walk around, right? Yes, thank you. What are we working with here? Twinkling of course, should have known. That is satisfying, you guys. That is such a nice spell. We are keeping that. If there's a shadow version of that, we're gonna find it for sure. Wi-Fi says Scythe of Want fails again. Scythe of Want fails again. Is that a meme? Yeah, is the Scythe of Want a Dark Souls 2 meme? I used to do a lot of Dark Souls 3 Scythe invasions as a little mock-up Death Shroud Terminator from Warhammer 40k. Just had that one armor set from the Elden Ring DLC, the one that's all made of twisted branches and fat. And I don't know, yeah, walking around with a cool scythe and killing people. That was a good time, good memories. But not necessarily those of a wizard from a distant time for sure. Now, who are you? That's ominous. Well, you didn't have to do that. Is this a trap? This feels like a trap. I guess the rug really does tie the room together, for sure. Okay. Milifanito, good to meet you. You do like to sing to us? Okay, cool. Good to meet you. I've already forgotten your name, man. I guess you're happy here. I won't question that. Ooh, what's giving me that? Why am I being cursed? Pause for a second. That's unfortunate. whoever's joining, welcome to the Deluge of Voices. Just a wizard going through Dark Souls 2 for the first time. Very happy to have you all here, friends. Crit Multiplier says, so much stamina consumption, I dumped the whole bar for a two-handed R2XD. Pain. Sides are so disappointing in this game, says YFAT. And Crit Multiplier says, told you Soul Greatsword is the stuff. I love that spell. thank you for getting me on that. I'm really enjoying it so far. And finally, H Crit says, yeah, love the magic lawnmower. Good stuff. Is there a dark version of it, or am I mixing things up? I feel like I thought there was one, so I don't know. I'd love to see it, if at all possible. All right. Ooh, you are so fast. Do you guys know the names of these things? I like them a lot. They are quite disturbing. They're cool. Wow, man, you guys. The Staff of Wisdom has a certain, like, I don't know, I guess great combative wisdom to it, where it can basically one-shot people now. Feels kind of cool. Like, yeah. What about you? That's nice. Like, as a wizard, being able to look in a certain direction and just delete things is nice, you know? Oh, for sure. Okay. You didn't have to do that. Ooh. Well, we are damned. Okay. Well, this time we're going to go ahead and skip those little creatures that we went past. I apologize for that death. That could have been totally avoided, but I was not safe at all about it. Which, you know, sometimes a wizard shouldn't be. Shouldn't be too cautious. I think you're supposed to be very flashy as a wizard. In fact, to those of you who are new to this stream, I used to just use dark orbs, like spam dark orbs, and that was delightful. They did everything so wonderfully. But then since then, I think his name was Armor Dennis, yeah, the great wizard. He showed me the way. He invaded me several times in the Iron Keep, and in my encounters with him, I came to terms with the fact that while I can effectively, you know, do this to every single one of my enemies, and it had a certain power to it, it just didn't look flashy enough, you know? He was throwing all kinds of spells at me, and it was genuinely, like, epic to fight him, and again, would entertain a whole village of hobbits just with his spells, and all I could do was just, you know, cast Shadow Orb over and over, which was, you know, admittedly pretty boring. So I am now trying to be much more versatile in my spell casting, which has been cool. I've been enjoying branching out into different kinds of spells. I wasn't really a wizard in my other Dark Souls experiences, so this has been, yeah, again, very, very enlightening to play this kind of, in this kind of play style for sure. And to those who don't remember, it seems like right now the big quest is to find the local king, Vendrick, and depose him. I don't really know if I want to take over his kingdom. I don't know if I want to have that monarchic power that he holds, because that seems to be what the tree wants me to do. That one fiery stump is deeply desiring me to, I guess, find. You know, find Vendrick and take over his throne and make a difference in the world. And I like that. I think I like the idea of deposing Vendrick. The actual other part, I don't know. I have vague memories of my past, and I almost feel like I had some experience with... oh my gosh, you were fucking crazy. Stay away, please. Excuse me. I remember some experiences with leadership, but I don't think I was particularly great at it. It never really was my thing. In fact, I think I was actually quite the unfortunate ruler, at least for my subjects. It sounds like that. I remember there was a lot of famine that year, and maybe that was because me and that army of skeletons destroyed a lot of farms that year before destroying that king. That sounds like it makes sense, but it's hard to remember. Maybe it'll come back to me later. Man, these guys are tenacious. I wonder if I can parry them. Oh, if I can sure backstab them. Nice. Nothing more satisfying than cutting down a knight with, you know, a sword. Which, you know, actually, now that I say that, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are more satisfying things, like blasting them with, say, I guess a spell. Yeah, it's kind of awesome. You know, they're all like, "No, dude, magic isn't real," and then, you know, they get, you know, dematerialized, which, you know, feels kind of cool and validating, given how long it takes to often learn spells and how often little credit one gets for it. That's okay. I wonder what's up with their shimmering there. I wonder if those are little bugs around them, or if that is in fact some electric aura that they have. I didn't really let them attack me very many times, so I suspect that's related to some ability or feature that they have. Anyway, checking with what everyone is saying. What are the voices up to? And oh, there it is. That's the exact same light as on those guys. Huh. Okay then. Let's see what that's about. But first of all, Crit Multiplier says, no, excuse me, H-Grid says, yeah, love the magic lawnmower. Yeah, there's a dark variant of it. We are going to find that. I'm very interested in it. Crit Multiplier says, greedy wizard. Yeah, I'm assuming that's about my death earlier. Apologies, yeah, for sure. Meanwhile, Wi-Fi says they're called Amana aberrations. Ooh, I guess this is that shrine of Amara that we're visiting right now, and so I guess it makes sense to have cool aberrations there. Wi-Fi says they're clerics, not knights. Ah, well, even more reason to smite them, I suppose. The shimmering are bright bugs. You have some. Oh, like the fire bugs? That was so magical. Oh, I loved that. Oh, I don't like you guys. Okay. I mean, you guys are really cool, but I don't want to, like, deal with y'all. Like, that was sick. I really like being able to do that. Like, it feels like I'm actually becoming a wizard, you guys. Like, actually, like, properly. It feels like I can actually do spells and, you know, have certain variety in my moveset and, you know, overall abilities. Twinkling Titanite. Man, we're getting a lot of Twinkling Titanite. I am excited to max the hell out of my staffs at this point. That's going to be sick. And that sure looks like a pathway that we could go to, but for some reason, not. No, I guess not. Oh, that's for the Dragonborn. Yeah, whenever they complete the dungeon and come back. No, we're not the Dragonborn. We can't do that. Okay. So we're continuing on. Whoever is joining, happy to have you here, friends. Just a wizard making his way through Dark Souls 2 for the first time. No clue what awaits us. Let's go right through and find out. Wow. I wasn't expecting not a boss fight. Sure, I was expecting to get, like, attacked by something massive here. Ooh. What are you? Ooh, didn't totally meant to dodge that. Anyway, what are these dollar store wizards? Oh! Okay. Ugh. A little inconvenient. I'm not sure what... That was the weirdest little dark orb I've ever shot. Did y'all see that? Or it just, like, went around the knight? Oh, sorry, the golem. So Grimnir mentioned that these are in fact those were in fact golems and not knights, which that's kind of recontextualized them a bit for me. I don't fully know what to make of that. I guess that they are in fact just genuine constructs made for nothing but the servitude of their nation or of their king, or their maker, and they don't themselves have any kind of ambitions like knights would, which I guess is interesting, because whoever's new here, in the past I've compared knights and wizards in terms of their in terms of them being like polar opposites, where one is like the master of the physical world theoretically, and also generally standing for oftentimes like authoritarian figures and control and law. Wizards tend to be kind of the opposite, where they are operating in realms that one might even consider metaphysical, although that's arguable. And yet they, excuse me, they often tend to be outside of like traditional law, like one would expect of a knight. And so, I don't know, I think to me that means they're kind of like, I think, opposites on the spectrum of, I guess, fantasy classes. Also, I really don't want to die at this point. Like, I really don't want to die. Can we get a heal? Yes, we got a heal. But not for long. We are just running. We are running. I'm sorry, you guys. It seems there may be great suffering awaiting me. There was, in fact, great suffering awaiting me. I wonder if there was a bonfire right ahead there. I can't believe how far we have to go again. That's okay. Classic. Thank you all so much for being here. This is so delightful. What's Wyfat saying? The Archdrake drops twinkling. Ooh, that's good. Okay, we've been getting a lot of that, so that's good. Welcome to Dark Souls Vietnam. That's exciting. Oh, I'm already gonna get invaded again. The presence of that individual there is disconcerting, to say the least. Sure, I'm going to use an effigy to make sure that that doesn't, that's not going to destroy me if I do get invaded. We shall see. Okay. So, yeah, no, I was saying, yeah, the two are kind of opposite. And so the reason I bring that up is because, okay, so there's the knight, there's the wizard, but then there's also like where does the golem stand in relation to those two concepts? And I guess the golem seems in some ways almost more opposite than a wizard and a knight, in that they are seemingly lacking a will. And I think that characterizes technically, I guess, both knights and wizards is that there tends to be some ambition in their characters. What do y'all think? I've asked this question before, but since there's more people here, I am still curious. Yeah, what is the opposite of a wizard? Like a polar opposite of a wizard? Not just somebody who lacks magic, you know, not just a peasant, because that can't be the opposite of a wizard, since it's more like a peasant is neither like a great knight nor a great wizard, neither a master of the physical world nor a master of the metaphysical world. They are just kind of in between directly, not quite opposites. So yeah, I'm just curious where you guys all think of, what do you guys all think about that? It's been, oh, there's a chest over there that we didn't see, or that I didn't see. Ooh, that felt good. That felt good, you guys. That felt really bad. I lost 20,000 souls. Okay, then, fair enough. Aged Crits tells me to welcome to the rice field. Is this truly it? Are we in fact in Dark Souls Vietnam? A Luddite. I mean, I guess a Luddite may be an opposite of a golem. Man, you guys know that Luddites were actually kind of epic. Like, you hear Luddites being talked about, like, oh yeah, they're just like, they were so against technology and stuff, but they were just mostly for workers' rights, and just about, you know, not exploiting workers with factories. There's a pretty good book on that. I wish I could, man, give you the title of it, but nothing immediately comes from the top of my head. Either way, Luddites, pretty cool people, actually. So, yeah. Fun times. Nothing hits like being immortal when opening a door. I did miss that from the other Souls experiences. Oh, that felt good. That felt nice. That felt pretty bad, though. I'm just completely missing. I'm going to have to be very calculated on how I go about this next area. I think getting destroyed by a million tiny mages is much worse than having one big mage to fight. But that's okay. You know, maybe I should be thinking about this like I'm playing Bloodborne, and that in fact these are all my prey, and that I am destined to succeed in this world, rather than it being some kind of a great achievement for that I succeed. Also, for anyone wondering, whoever is subscribed to my channel and is here mostly for the essays and less the streams, I am currently a good chunk of the way through the work on my next Bloodborne essay. It's going to be more of a kind of a new look at Bloodborne that I think people generally don't consider when thinking about the game, and I'm excited to see if it at all resonates with anybody. It's going to be, I don't think it'll be cool. I don't want to spoil much of it though, but I did kind of mention it in my Discord for anyone who is interested in joining. I have a slight synopsis of the next project there. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't mean that, lady. These guys are tenacious. At this point, whoever doesn't know, I'm made enemies with clerics and paladins. Last time we were journeying, I encountered a guy who was claiming to somehow have the power to pardon me of some sins. But you know, I haven't sinned, and even that, I mean, that concept, you know, I don't think it really, I don't think it applies to me here. So I ultimately righteously killed him. I think he was just asking for, not necessarily to be killed, but he was asking for me to repent for something I didn't do. So I don't know. He seemed like just a bad character. So yeah, the partner is dead now. Yeah, there's been a lot of dark magic accusations as well in the community. I don't know what that's all about. Either way, I think we're doing just fine in that regard. Check it out. Like, I have a pretty good grasp of hexes at this point, and I think hexes actually are they're not even that bad. You know, there's dark magic gets a terrible rap, but I think that label of dark magic is really kind of subjective ultimately, and just serves to benefit the clerics and the paladins, I think, as a way to discredit genuine academic work, just labeling it as dark magic. So we're gonna forever resist these attempts to discredit our adventure and not acknowledge that we are overusing hexes. Yeah. Anyway, what's everyone saying at this point? Maybe clerics. Okay, H-Crit says maybe clerics, they base their magical roots in faith over discipline. Yeah, I think so. Was it you might have brought that up last time, but somebody also suggested that perhaps it is clerics. But in a sense, like wizards also operate in a similar way, where they tend to draw a power in their faith of themselves, in a way one could say. Because look, I'm currently casting hexes, and there's a certain degree of faith that is required for that, like as an actual stat, not just like me believing in my ability to cast. So I think the two, while similar, perhaps they draw power from different places, but ultimately both work in a kind of a metaphysical space, or at least a space that is perceived to be metaphysical. I think that even as a wizard, I don't know if I can really genuinely say that there's something that is metaphysical, and that I think most of the spells are in fact to some degree physical, where, you know, I can physically master them and learn them and use them to affect the physical world. Okay. We are now on very dangerous ground. We are descending further into the Vietnam of the setting. Here, let's see. I hope there's a bonfire, right? Yes! Well, that was nice. You guys, I'm gonna take a seat and make sure that I have I'm gonna have enough equipment to deal with the rest of this place. Oh, that was a very nice bonfire. I'm very glad we found that. Whoever's joining, happy to have you here, friends. This is my first Dark Souls 2 playthrough. I'm just a wizard trying to find out my purpose, find some friends, get a cool wizard hat, fulfill that wizard aesthetic by finding neat spells, and ultimately derive some kind of a greater purpose out of this whole journey. It used to be like, oh yeah, I just wanted to find a way to conclusively die, because to those who don't know, that's kind of the thing with this world, is that I can't really die, and that kind of makes everything sort of meaningless. Because when you think about it, like, oh yeah, all narratives like end. There's an ending to all narratives, but this has been a narrative that's gone on for so long, and without any kind of a comparable journey that I could reference, that I don't know. Yeah, meaning has begun to crumble around me as a result, and so that's been difficult to conceptualize, I guess. And now it seems like I'm going to be hunting a great king or something, Vendrick. And so that's kind of some purpose, but I don't know how conclusive that is. Anyway, going back, George, hello, friend. Good to have you here. He says, opposite of wizard, Dr. Frankenstein or a dabbler of the necromancy. Interesting. I would like you to elaborate a little bit more as to what exactly about those is the opposite of a wizard. I think that both ultimately derive great power in, studies, great studies, It took Frankenstein, so long to figure out, like, how to resurrect the dead. And same for necromancers. Most of their... at this point, it's canon. I used to be a necromancer. Used to have a great alliance with the skeletons. And admittedly, I don't remember too much of those days, but they've been coming back to me slowly. But no, man, there was a lot of heavy academic work involved in necromancy. In fact, usually necromancers have whole covens of necromancers that have to also do lots of academic work, and they're kind of like research assistants mostly. It's really, if working as a necromancer feels like just a big kind of academic dissertation project, because you're just trying to literally just achieve the impossible, and it might require work of a lot of other scholars, and you're gonna have to do a lot of reading and a lot of staying indoors and feeling like you're dead yourself, and eventually you might make something, and then it makes the rest of the world that's not directly involved in academia kind of upset at you and make it's controversial or whatever. Anyway, I can talk about necromancy and stuff all day, excuse me. But no, I don't personally agree with that take, but I'm curious how you would elaborate more on it, George. All right. We are slowly making our way towards these wizards. Actually, clerics, yeah, man. Die. Yeah, again, not a good friend with clerics and paladins. I have a lot of enemies in this world, but clerics and paladins at this point feel like on a different level as opponents, because they seem to be trying to force a certain kind of framework of thinking onto me, as opposed to a lot of my other enemies. Like generally, I might have some quarrels with the skeletons, but that's not really because of some great ideological divide. While with clerics and stuff, it's just like, man, they just don't want me to be doing cool shit, They don't like what I stand for, and so therefore they somehow have to stop me from doing my research. I don't like that, Have to keep a distance from the clerics. Grimnir says, a warlock perhaps. Someone who trades in deals of power rather than in knowledge of the arcane. That actually is interesting. I think so far of the magic classes that are also do magic. That one feels the most opposite in that they kind of stumbled upon their power. They've given everything they had, and there was a sacrifice that most warlocks have done, in giving themselves to their gods or whatever. But no, I guess it's different. Also, what is that over there? Is that that sure looks like a thing where we should probably explore, I'm curious enough. Oh no, never mind. We're gonna have to kill this man first. Okay, we're gonna take out the clerics one by one, and then maybe do something with the troll. Man, poor guy. Like, see, like what industrialization and all the climate change has done to trolls. Like, the guy's completely out of his environment. Natural habitat just gone. Most bridges have been destroyed since the events that have fucked up Drangleic. So trolls don't really have that many bridges anymore to patrol, and so they're forced to go out and live in these terrible swamps and stuff. So poor guys. Yeah, I don't know. They're just kind of animal-like to my understanding, without any coherent social structures. So I don't feel too bad about talking about them as though they are animals, which I guess maybe is problematic. We'll see. Anyway, whoever's joining, happy to have you here, friends. Hope you're doing well. Just a wizard journeying through Dark Souls for the first time. Dark Souls 2, excuse me. I've done 1 and 3 before, but this one I've definitely put off for years now. So it's been interesting. What's everyone saying, by the way? So yeah, Grimnir, you're onto something about the warlock. Let's put a pin in that one. I might come back to it. Wifat says, "You have angered the gods and killed the only man who could forgive you, you fool," says Wifat. Oh, you talking about the partner? I don't know, man. I think the partner, I think he had to go. I think I haven't done anything wrong, or at least anything that I feel bad about. And I don't think the partner and I subscribe to the same system of morality. And that's okay, we're my bad. Hit me with that behind the corner targeting magic missile. I understand. I should have been wiser than that, but I wasn't. Okay, that's all right. We're back at it, continuing our journey. Is this is the magic Vietnam? Ugh. Okay. Terrible things await us here, I'm sure of it. Grimnir says, and never mind, I can't read it just yet because I'm still getting pelted by this man. I kind of liked his scream there. That made me smile. Brought me a little bit of joy. Grimnir says, "Have you given much thought to the cultures and their effects on their wizardry, like the rune carvers of the Northmen, or the battle mages of the East? Does the wizard prefer some over others?" Man, in preparation for the stream, I've learned a lot about magics in Africa that involved penis theft. I didn't know wizards like that existed. It's kind of crazy. Y'all check out that research. I don't necessarily prefer that magic over others, but that's been one cultural magic that I've been impressed by recently, that there are in fact mages like that who seek the genitals of other people to use in their rituals. This is purely educational, so yeah, good times. I'm allowed to say that on stream, I think. Anyway. Yeah, but no, it's real, man. There are like actual journalistic reports of it happening. It's crazy, you guys. Yeah, no, y'all watch yourselves. I think I do enjoy kind of that Norse magics. Like, runes are sick. Runes are badass. You just like right before going into battle, just screw it. I'm gonna carve the rune of strength into my chest. just a little casual rune of strength, and that's cool. I like the practicality and like the versatility of a lot of runes. I think honestly I should probably be learning how to use more runes these days. Okay, wow, we are really not in a good place right now because I completely forgot there's another mage there, and there is. Oh, this is not a good place to be in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're doing much better now. The way they can just kind of hit you around the corner like that, I keep getting thrown off by it, but that's okay. Yeah, no, I do like the rune carvers. Those are some of my favorites. George says, you were talking about golems when you started considering the opposite of magic. My thoughts were just stuck on the golems, and somehow Dr. Frankenstein's monster was making sense to some degree as a modern world golem, nowadays replaced by robots and AI. Some general idea, just different times. I like your thinking, man. Man, it seems like we are kind of living in that age of the golem. Honestly, it feels like more and more there are automatons around us. We just mustn't let ourselves be tricked into their intelligence. I think many people wish to preach to us that the automatons actually are already sentient, and that they're going to be sentient soon, and that we should keep investing in automatons, but that is greatly suspicious, and so far the nature of the automatons has not been one of sentience just yet. So we'll see. Anyway, but yeah, no, golems seem to be about there as well, in that they do lack a will of their own and only follow the will of their masters, and they create an idea of looking like they're sentient. Sorry, they create an illusion of sentience, an illusion of life, but they themselves, in fact, do not exhibit traits that we would necessarily consider to be life. But then it does put to question, what are we even, honestly? To what degree are we automatons? And I think in a way we could really reduce the human consciousness to a kind of a computer, if you wanted to put it that way. Yeah, no, I think, kind of a lot of my research these days kind of has been dealing with materiality of the human mind, and that's been, I don't know, I think an interesting topic. And I do love the recent Frankenstein film. Oh my gosh, whoever hasn't seen it, get on that on Netflix. It is wonderful. What a delightful Victorian journey, just beautiful. I've never seen gore that beautiful. Gosh, you guys, I really can't emphasize enough. I think it's probably one of my favorite films at this point. Maybe its ending is it's like okay, could have been slightly better perhaps, but as a film, as a journey into Victorian aesthetics and the original story of Frankenstein, can't recommend it enough. Really check it out. Del Toro's work has always been fantastic, and I think this is some of his best stuff. And I really mean it. Like the gore in that film, especially like the creation of Frankenstein's monster, is genuinely like beautiful stuff. I didn't know you could like do that. It kind of felt like Pinterest gore, if you know what I mean. 1, 2, 3. Live. Yes, I lived. Okay. Okay, nice. We are making... Ah! That really scared me. I genuinely, it was just chance to look behind myself. Wow. Ugh. Well, we're gonna have to bait this man out. Okay. Genuine horror there. Hey, come on, dude. Dude, lock on. 1, 2. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I gotta hurt you, man. Oh wow. Maybe you're gonna hurt me here in a second. At this rate. Nothing like having little projectiles coming your way from afar constantly. This is what it must be like to be a boss when I am invading with a homie. Okay, so I like that he's keeping his distance. I presume he's gonna keep doing that. 1, 2. Is he behind me? He isn't behind me. Oh, you go live your life, man. I don't mind. Please, just... Well, would you look at that? Dark Spirit Forlorn. Hello, man. Since when are you like this? Wow, you are tanky, dude. You do have that scythe, which has proven to be not the greatest weapon in this game. Oh, well, maybe I'm wrong. Okay. I wonder what... I always forget what if we actually even get anything for killing the Forlorn. If we're gonna succeed. I do like that scythe, though. Maybe he'll drop it. That would be kind of cool. Come on. Get that backstab game. Okay, cool. Invader banished. Glorious. That felt good. Felt good. Okay. Also, we have 327 voices here today. Glorious times. Glorious times. I think Mondays seem to be, so far, been our greatest spikes in viewership. So, Mondays hopefully will be a staple now of the streams. Okay. I'm not sure why I grabbed the torch, but I like it. Large soul of proud knight. We'll take it. We'll take it. And the smooth silky stone that will be fed to the bird later. Checking with the voices now. Grimnir Talk says, "Oh yes, I know of that magic." Yes, love the respect for the runes. Happy to hear that the ways of my people have made it this far. +1 on the Frankenstein movie suggestion. I absolutely loved it. Dude, so sick, man. I'm glad that resonates. I saw your video on it. Really liked what you did with it. Actually, whoever doesn't know, Grimnir here actually has a pretty wonderful YouTube channel where he does very in-depth video essays on, on video games and actually film as well. He's done one on Frankenstein recently, and he also does stuff on like a lot of From Software stuff. Also, I didn't mean to do that. I really didn't mean to do that. In fact, I think I might have just damned myself by... well, actually, I didn't. I didn't damn myself. 1, 2, 3. Counting helps. There is a certain power in numerology, despite what some may say. Numbers do have a certain powerful potency to them that allows you to do kind of a lot of things more effectively. Simply counting to yourself, having a number of power that you fall back to can generally enhance your abilities in whatever task it is that you're doing. Personally, I love the number 7. Number 7 resonates with me quite a bit. Partially because I love The Lords of Silence. What a wonderful book. They really talk a lot about the numerology and the numbers, often number 7. Hey man, are you... Yeah, you are. You sure are a dragon rider, huh? I do fear you. For good reason. Well, that was an unnecessary death there, for sure. I am assuming I should kill the Dragon Rider Knight. It feels like a good thing, so we're going to try doing that. So I appreciate the shout-out. Of course, Grimnir. Yeah, no, Grimnir are hoping to collaborate soon on some Bloodborne content, so soon. That'll hopefully be happening, and you guys will be able to see what we've been cooking up. Huh. I can't believe that. Wow, that was possibly 20,000 souls right there. That's okay. That's what I deserve. Sometimes a little bit of carelessness does that to a wizard. Aged Crit says numbers can help ground your train of thought. Real. It's like I feel like we should never mistake numbers for reality, but they do for the reality, but they certainly present a reality that is quite functional. At least in our current modern world, it feels like numbers really are the thing that gets people that gets things done. I guess. Yeah, it feels like we are in that place. Excuse me. My timing is off. Something's up with these people that's been affecting me. Okay. I have to remember there's always a little creature in there. Now, my thought is, could I run past everybody? You know what? I technically just died. What if I just run past everyone? Sometimes we have to have that little run, you know. I don't like to do it frequently, but, you know, might as well give it a shot. Okay. There's a reason we don't do that. There's a great reason we don't do that. Okay. 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 It's the death run time. Of course. As about as expected, you know. Sometimes we just have to experiment a little bit. The trying to yeah, Crit Multiplier says you can try to run. Yeah, that wasn't really worth it. Gotta be careful here. So far everyone's been telling me this area is demonic. The Souls Vietnam. The water does make things really suboptimal for sure. That was a sad waste of an orb. Okay. It's kind of cool being able to sidestep these abilities. Okay. What's everyone saying right now? Grimnir says, damn, he was tanky as hell against the darkness. Truly, that was unfortunate. Set the chaos at bay, even if by a smidge. Says the chaos at bay. Fair enough. It's regarding numbers, H-Crit says. Like counting to sleep. I like that. Yeah, I gotta give that a shot, honestly. George says topic is numerology and nobody is trying to sneak in cheeky 69 mention. I am so proud of these voices, hundreds of them, not being childish. Well, I mean, honestly, there is nothing childish, man, about the number 69. The number 69 has so much cultural significance these days. It's like simply evoking it causes people to like viscerally react often. Just like, wow, like yeah, like it has so much power, the number 69, that you just mentioned it, George. So of all the numbers out there, that one's just like that powerful. So yeah, we do appreciate the power of certain numbers drawing us to them. Okay, now there you are. That's suboptimal, getting shot. I should say we are getting our I'm really not being smart here. Okay. I was saying we are getting our Twinkling Titanite, which is a kind of a delightful course of things. I'm glad there's something there for us. Also, gonna 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, man, it does feel kind of epic to be able to dodge these people. Never mind. Okay, I mean, it does feel epic, but that was not a successful dodge. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So can't really dodge very well. Or at least can't roll through them. That's what I meant, excuse me. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, like, see, like that kind of grounded me in killing that person. You know, being actually able to count down the amount of hits that it took. Feels like starting to count mid-boss fight, you know, how many hits you can get at a certain time instead of just swinging at them. Gives one a lot of power, which is cool. And, you know, we're going to give this guy another shot. I have a feeling I am not going to be able to do it successfully, but we're going to give it a try. We're not getting shot by those mages there, so why not? Come on. I'm totally missed. Okay. 1, 2. Staying the hell back away. One, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. Oh, this is good. This is good. We're getting some space now. Okay, that was a little very quick. Can I get him to fall off? So he got me to fall off. That's also understandable. Guys, is there a reason I'm fighting the Dragon Rider, or other than just like spite and hatred? It seems like there isn't anything behind him that I'm immediately seeing, which, you know, feels a little pointless. But I'm also tempted to keep doing it. So, you know, this area has been surprisingly deceiving in that I've really not expected too much of it. I genuinely thought it'd be just kind of like, oh yeah, we're gonna, you know, kind of waltz around, kill a few mages, clerics, and it'll be all done. But their numbers are incredible. There's so many of them. They're all so far away, and the little creatures in the water are probably one of the biggest menaces. Honestly, they're the thing that kind of prevents me from just running past everybody at this point. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Wow. That's all right. We're doing our best. H-Crit says, treat it like shooting gallery. Treat it like a shooting gallery. Find some solid cover from the spells. I like your thinking, H-Crits. I think that's exactly what we're going to do. That's how we're going to make progress. It is interesting how different cultures have a number associated with misfortune or death. Jinx. H-Crit. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Hello there. Check this one out. You like the dark magic, right? Okay. It is nice being able to use dark magic on clerics. There's something deeply cathartic about shadow orbing them, and like more effectively than they try to magic me, you know? Okay. I want to say I do love the flowers here. In fact, let me just for a moment try to understand where we even are. I'm realizing that I've been kind of lacking the context, or not even processing the location. We are currently in some kind of a ruins of a temple beneath a giant tree, in a sort of a swamp with lots of luminescent flowers and a weird order of clerics, and there are abominations everywhere around us. Interesting. I'm not sure what this is necessarily about. So, question: Do you guys want me to go ahead and try another shot at the Dragon Rider this time? I'm curious. Yeah. Oh, George says Dragon Rider is there for a reason. He's not just strolling around. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna have to kill that man. Which is funny how that's a game mechanic, you know? It feels like there's a certain procedural rhetoric here where I can't really interact with that knight in a meaningful way besides killing him. Or at least not that I can immediately see, or that is, you know, convenient at all. Or, you know, 99% of our interactions with the knight would be to in fact kill him. Which, I don't know, I guess is an interesting mechanic where it feels like as an immortal being, I should be able to, you know, make many choices besides just killing people. But it feels like most of my interactions tend to fall into either running away from people, killing people, very rarely talking to people, you know? So, I don't know, I guess just something to consider. What does that say about the wizard character? You know, in the beginning of the playthrough, I used to refer to my character as the wizard instead of just being like, oh yeah, this is me. And I think, again, that really stemmed back to the fact that there seemed to be different degrees of agency, which I guess to those who have been here for a while, you would know that I talk a lot about the differing, different degrees of agency between myself and my avatar, where, you know, my avatar can't do most things that I wanted to do in this world. Like, you know, I feel like as an immortal being, I should be able to build a house or climb through a window, but then something prevents me from doing that, and I think that's indeed the will of the wizard. So I'm only partially the wizard, where I am the wizard in mind, but then there is this weird mind-body dualism happening, where the body actually has a will of its own that I'm actively wrestling, and there's my external body as a player that's connected to this body. And then I'm assuming my mind is just a part of my body, so I wouldn't go as far as to say that there's a dualism happening there. But anyway, that's just interesting. I'm trying to wrestle with my own shell here in a way. Okay, on that note, let's try that again. I have a slightly bad feeling about it, but what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to greatsword him after he gets a few attacks in. So we got 1, 2. Backing the hell up. Okay. 1. Backing the... Oh my gosh, dude. What the hell? We're going to play it very safe today. In fact... Oh, this might be way better territory to fight him on. Oh, okay. I don't like your style, knight. Oh yeah, you're an actual game boss. I forget that, you know? That's all right. I am calm. You know what they say? Sun Tzu said, "Retreat when you are weak, and make your enemy think that they shouldn't be pursuing you or something." I don't know. So that's sort of what we're doing right now. Get him to a place where you have the advantage. You know what Sun Tzu said? Win every battle you fight. Yeah, that's the art of war, is to win in fights. That's exactly it. Okay. Oh no, well, it looks like he's been reading The Art of War. This is the point where he comes back and attacks me with the little creature. Oh no. Okay. Well, you know, we can just like take our time slowly with this man and make sure that I'm actually killing him effectively. Also, just on a completely random note, this is most of you won't know this, but there's a guy who's been leaving very long comments on these streams that are like maybe 4 streams behind right now. I just want to say I haven't responded to you, man. I am going to. I promise. I've really appreciated your feedback. I just haven't had any time to like sit down and like properly like answer what you've been saying. Thank you for doing that. Anyway, okay. Also, oh goodness, that's really unfortunate. Whoever is new to the streams, by the way, we do have a Discord where you can join and participate in the new community. I mostly do stuff for, you know, YouTube, video essays, but you know, we kind of have a nice community where we sort of stay updated on the plans for the channel and all that. And the link is in the description of my channel if you are interested. I would be delighted to have you all join. Oh man, we got him on the run now. I gotta do it epically, you know. I gotta finish off with the greatsword. That has to happen. Otherwise, the fight was not flashy enough. Hey, dude. There we go. Nothing like a knight getting stabbed in the back as he's running away from you. Yeah, no, I remember there was quite a lot of that back in the day when sieging that one castle. The knights were not as brave as legends made them out to be. And this is locked. Thank you, Dark Souls. Okay. Well, at least we got the the Dragon Rider Knight. That's cool. Grimnir says, keep smacking them with those spells. Probably Sansu. Yeah, he was a oddly not a magic user, but more of a bard actually. Do y'all know? Whoever doesn't know, Sansu was an absolute giga chad. In just like the big brain plays that he did. I can't necessarily verify this historically, but I've always been told that there was, or I think he actually said it, that one time he was so outmatched and outmaneuvered he was inside of a city and there was a giant invading force right outside, and he basically had no forces with him, and so to combat those people, he just decided, hey, let's play our only cards and open the gates wide, just kind of let them in, and I'm just gonna sit on top of our gates and I'm gonna like play my musical instrument. I forget what he played. I think it might have been the flute or something. Well, the enemy general looked at that and was like, that's totally a trap. We're not gonna fall for that. And then they just left. And so he just defeated a way greater force than himself just by playing the flute on a gate. That's sick. That's awesome. What a cool story. I can't verify it historically. I'm pretty sure it is true. But just in case it is not, which I believe it is, I'm not taking any responsibility. Also, no, not you. I remember you. You killed me last time. We are not going to let that happen again. Man, I do fear the paladins, honestly. Why, Fat? You and your order, while I don't respect your beliefs here, you guys are crazy effective at what you do. No. Thank you. Well, it may be even a little honorable, because he didn't kill me there, even though he totally could, and then he exploded. Nice. That felt really scary what just happened there. But I'm glad he's dead, and we're okay. Moving on. Good progress there. Aged Crit says, I'd like to think the hollowing process forces your physical body to revert to actions of the past to cope with the withering of the will. Interesting. I need to read that again. That was really interesting. Excuse me. I'd like to think that the hollowing process forces your physical body to revert to actions of the past to cope with the withering of the will. Interesting. So I guess that implies that everything that my body is doing now, it is to a degree of the past life, and the things that it doesn't do is indeed also of the past not of the past life. That's kind of a cool reading. I'm going to try to use that lens as we continue on this playthrough and kind of see what that leads us in terms of the reading of this narrative. Fascinating. I guess, yeah, the body doesn't fully respond to me in some ways. Here, can I jump? I can't jump because of the water. That's really cool. Grimnir says, that is a cool story. Love that. Enjoy. I'm glad that was entertaining, friend. H-Crit says, appear strong when you are weak and appear weak when you are strong. Something along those lines. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was his whole vibe. I feel like I'm about to get swarmed. There's totally going to be an ambush. I forget the Vietnamesque nature of this location. And there is, in fact, a giant fog wall there. My hope is that there is something behind. Oh, no. No. This is really terrible. I have a really bad feeling about this. Yes, you stupid creature. Okay. Glory upon us. Okay. It's like the little ones are like what really does it. You know, the spells, okay, can kind of dodge usually, but like when the little creature, the aberrations jump out, that's when you know it's. Yeah, wow! I just almost walked off the cliff. Couldn't have swum there. Couldn't have swam there. Excuse me. Oh, you're a paladin. I didn't realize that. That's really unfortunate. This is a hard area. I am struggling, my friends. This is truly kind of painful, actually. Gosh, I felt that one somewhere in my heart as I got stabbed. Wow. That's okay. That's okay. We are gonna give that another shot. Question: am I okay? Before that fog wall, am I looking for a bonfire? I think this is reasonable enough to ask. Should I just go for the fog wall, or am I seeking a bonfire this time? One nice thing here is that I don't have to fight the dragon rider again, so it should be much faster in theory. Okay. What's everyone saying at this time? Aged Crit says appears to right. No, sorry. George says that makes perfect sense. My sister didn't play the flute, but she had the magical violin that had the power to make everyone run away as far as possible. Love those moments when she would practice. Nice. Yeah, no. I respect your sister. That's sick. Man, playing the violin must be pretty epic. I feel like it's just like constantly just like dramatic as hell. I'm more of a drummer myself. Not as much string instruments. Tried learning guitar a little bit, but not really for me. Piano as well, but piano is strange, a little too complex sometimes. I think drums are delightful. Whoever, also, if anyone's at all interested in it, I highly recommend and encourage you all to get yourself a pair of drumsticks. It's such a tiny investment, and for just the potential of like just for the sheer joy you could experience just out of them. It's pretty cool. If you don't do any kind of music, you could totally do drums, I promise. And all you need is just 2 drumsticks and a pillow, and you are basically good to go. Wow, this thing is really persistent. Yeah, and if you're still drumming on your pillow in like 6 months, then maybe go ahead and go get an actual drum, and then you're playing drums, and it's pretty cool. Anyway, enough about that. Go for the fog wall. Practice makes perfect. Go for the fog wall, says George. Oh, sorry, so it says Aged Crits. Okay, Aged Crits, I'm going to listen to you on this one. Sometimes we do trust the voices. I do worry. Oh, of course. Oh, right, you. Okay. This gives me that slight Iron Keep aura. Y'all know what I mean? Like, really supposed to be methodical here. And the Paladins, Wife Hat, I'm actually going to give it to you. The Paladins are kind of strong here. I've been impressed by their speed. I've been impressed by how they're able to wield their the hammers and how much damage they do. It's been continually shocking. That's okay, though. Maybe soon enough these guys will all die, and we will not be stuck here anymore. Feels like at this point they should start despawning, but I can't quite tell how many times we've died. That's alright. Okay. Ooh. Percussion instruments are awesome, says Aged Crits. So real for that, man. They are delightful. I feel like they're some of like the easiest to learn in theory, because we all, I would assume most of us like to, kind of tap to music sometimes, and that's literally all you have to do is just, even if you only like hit the tambourine on every 4th beat, you're still doing music, and it's so good for jamming. Yeah, highly recommend it. Y'all totally should give it a try if you haven't. Anyway, I'm sure there are actual like proper like professional drummers in here that are just like scoffing at my advice, but I don't know. I think you guys would all have a good time with drumsticks. Anyway, let's give it a shot. we're going to slightly methodical here, just a little methodical, and then we are going to go for the we're gonna go for, oh man, this is rough. This is a little rough again. I'll try to follow Crit's advice and take cover. I have no clue what we're gonna find on the other side of that door. Sorry, not the door, excuse me. I am excited for the door as well, although I don't feel like it'll be one of those never be able to open it kind of doors. Maybe a door to the DLC? That would be cool. I don't know. Wow, you can roll through them. Feels like there's a creature that's going to follow me, but I can't tell for sure. Okay. Good progress, you guys. Okay, we're making it. I think I'm only worried about the, what's it called? I'm only worried about the paladins. I think the paladins have been proven to be some of the more difficult foes in this area. And also the Dragon Rider respawned, so that was slightly pointless. Very cool, Dark Souls. No! I felt that, like, the pain. It's so great. Okay. Also, at this point, I will say, whoever wants to, please do invade me at this time. I think this is a horrible area to invade me in, but also, I think we're probably going to play for another 40 minutes. That's my estimate for the stream. Like in 40 minutes, completely wrapped up. We'll start wrapping up in 30 minutes, but yeah. I do want to get behind that fog wall, but I'm beginning to maybe death spiral a little bit. It's not that dramatic yet. I will not say anything more. Okay. Yeah, I could try to reminisce on the past, though. So, as you all know, I've killed the partner in Dark Souls 2. Yeah, no, the partner was... I don't know, he is a figure represented a little... I don't know, too much dogma for me as a wizard here. I've talked a little bit before about how, I mean, they ultimately... my issue with the clerics and the paladins here is the rigidity of their worldview that they're trying to force upon me. And this area very much feels like that, in that there's a very rigid pathway that I'm supposed to follow, and they're actively making sure that I do so by sending missiles at me. And I don't know, it's also interesting that they're actually over here using sorceries, which to me doesn't feel very cleric-like, which makes me wonder if these are perhaps almost heretical clerics in terms of not using sorceries and not using faith but using sorceries. It seems a little not in line with the teachings of the clerics. Anyway, excuse me, I am not in a good place right now. This is a really every time these people manage to confuse me. Yes, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Yes. Not even close. Y'all saw that? We're doing great. Okay, what do we have? I think H-Crit says, I think that is because, I think that is the case because of our heartbeats. It just seems so familiar. Ooh, I like that. That's cool. I've never considered that. George says, Dragon Riders respawn? Oops, I don't remember that. Sorry. You're good, George. No worries. I'm still glad we did it. Now we know we can do it and aren't doing it because it's not worth our time and not because we can't do it. And that's always a better realization. And Wi-Fi says, sorcery is fine. It's those filthy hexes that are the problem. Interesting. Well, tell you what, it was those same academics who made the hexes that made your sorceries. So I don't know, man. It seems kind of selective of your people to be, I guess, taxonomizing spells like that. Whatever. We're going to actually use a human effigy because we're kind of feeling a little baller right now. We're going to treat ourselves. Let's just say that. Yeah. And I'm going to use an Estus Flask because I still want to stop wasting my life gems. And this is it. We're actually locking the hell in. And actually, never mind. We're not PvPing that individual. Whoever you are, I respect it, but I do want to PvP, but not bad enough that I'm going to waste... Wow, that wasn't what I was going for. Excuse me. A little embarrassing. Here. 1, 2. Just the satisfaction of a dark orb. It's so straightforward. Yeah, what do we... Touch, dragon... Paladin... Oh, shit. Yeah, well, this has to happen. This has to happen. The paladin is back in it. Okay. Alright, you guys. Okay, no, this fight has to happen. Alright, Wyfat. I see how it is. I'm expecting you upon the stone bridge here. Wow. Well, whoever's new here, this is Wyfat. He's... Okay, man. He's the paladin that's been pursuing me this game, judging me for my choices. That's okay. Oh my god. Hell of an axe you have there, Wyfat. I will bow. Alright. Okay. Ooh. Gosh. I could heal, but I feel like that would be dishonorable at this point. Good fight, friend. Good fight. I sigh a sigh of relief, and I get a dragon scale for that. I'll take a dragon scale. Okay, well, good fight, Paladin. Yeah, you know, here amongst your people. Wow, Wyfat. To be fair, Wyfat did say earlier he currently has a fever, so I don't think it was necessarily a fair estimate of Wyfat's abilities. But I'm glad that we were able to duel once again. We are now more even in terms of our matching up. Yeah. Now the paladin really trying to like instill his worldviews in me. No, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, Wyfat. I appreciated your axe. I suspect that was probably quite hefty to use. Sorry, hefty. What am I saying? Quite cumbersome to use. Wow, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to raise my shield. Also, do I just... No, I don't. Okay, for a second I thought that I... you know what? Yeah, slightly just defend myself here. I think it's completely okay for me to do that. Wow. One, two, three. I'll take that little bit of damage. Less clerics there are, the better, you know? 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we're about to walk over to a paladin right now. That greatsword messed him up. Yeah, sorry, Wyfat. Yeah, I was preparing for you before the stream, picking different spells and stuff and experimenting a little bit more. because you whipped out your sorceries before, and I didn't want to leave that unmatched, you know. That was good. Okay, where is he? To be fair, I've been killed by a lot of paladins today, so I think you're. Well, I'll tell you what, the greatsword messed me up as well, friend. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you know what? I forget. This is the dark orb destroys the paladins. This is a trade secret of any dark wizard. Old radiant life gem. I'll take that. So somewhere in here, there is a little creature that's going to try and destroy me as soon as I. Yeah, it will. Gosh. Like the clerics really make this difficult. Where is the little creature? I know it's near me. You guys, it's actually kind of really scary. Okay, fuck me. Okay, we're fine. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I think we got this. I think this is totally doable now. Okay. This is so doable. Oh. Okay, we can make it safely. Oh, what are you doing here? No. 1, 2. He's dead. We can kind of do this. Okay. This is kind of insane, honestly. I know there's a little creature next to us somewhere. He isn't to be found. I'll take that. Twinkling Titanite. Is that... I don't like that. Man, why is there more... I'm tired of these fucking paladins in this motherfucking swamp. I don't know how to feel about this. Okay. Who are you? What am I looking at? One, 2, 1. What do you mean? What? No! Oh, yes! No, 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 no! The paladins take the day again. I cannot fight the paladins. It is truly a pain. You guys. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all make this journey so much more bearable. I know, how is it watching Dark Souls playthroughs? Because you'd think you'd be watching somebody playing Dark Souls who is actually good at the game and doesn't die every 5 seconds. Which, I don't necessarily fall into that category. I think sometimes I can be good at it, but other times it's just like, I don't know, dying over and over. Feels like a Sisyphusian stream in a way. Well, again, I deeply appreciate y'all being here. This is really, you guys make this all worth it in a way. And to be fair, I think even if you guys weren't here, I still would play the game, but you guys just make the experience so much more fun. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It really is such a pleasure having y'all here today, or just in general. One day they'll stop respawning, and everything will be okay. I gotta develop a strategy for the paladins. I think, could the paladin be the opposite of the wizard? I think in some ways the paladin might be the opposite of the wizard. And now let me explain. So the thing with a paladin is that the paladin often doesn't have to learn their magic. Their magic comes from their faith, which is, we already kind of established that's kind of the thing with the cleric, and he kind of gets like that metaphysical power from the whatever it is that they believe in. But then they also have the attributes of a knight, which we've again established before as being basically the opposite of a wizard. So it's like, even though they do operate in the realm of the physical, even though they do work in the realm of the metaphysical a little bit, they are also working in the realm of the physical like knights, and in a way they feel more knight-like than they do mage-like. So they still have a faith, but the faith is not really in themselves like with the wizard, but rather in the given god, or yeah. And so yeah, I think that would probably be that. And you know what, guys, I'm thinking I might be getting kind of, I don't think I have it in me to, okay. You know what? I have it in me. I am declaring it right now. We are now on the final life. We are on the final life. That means whatever happens next, soon after, we're going to be concluding the stream. If I make it all the way to the boss room, we're going to fight the boss, and if I lose, then that's it. But if we die sooner than that, I might, you know, the way the final life works is a little mysterious sometimes. But yes. Final lifetime, the only, and in the scenario that somebody invades me, that's also final life. And I actually wouldn't mind ending off on an invasion in case somebody feels like it. And do you guys see this? This is a truly beautiful turn of the tide. For we've been here enough times to kill that individual there so much that they don't respawn anymore. Truly, this is good. I know that next stream will happen probably later this week, possibly on a weekend. We'll see. I'll let y'all know. More likely Thursday or Friday. I'll create a community post when it comes time to that. Yes, for sure. Also, we got to kill that knight again. Damn it. Okay. George says, watching a top tier player or speedrunner is a short time experience for me. Shot time? Okay. I just look them up if I'm curious about certain tricks or if I'm stuck somewhere in the game. I really check back after. I found out what I wanted to know. Felt understandable. Well, George, it's been really cool that you've been stopping by here, and like you've been like a very consistent viewer. H Crits. Honestly, yeah, I should say like all you guys who've been commenting today. H Crits, YFAT, George, Multiplier. You guys have all been like such a delightful audience, and it's really just thank you all so much for like talking. I know there's 366 voices, and most of them are silent, which you know, it's totally cool. Like you guys, please just enjoy yourselves. No pressure to talk in any way. But you guys do make this feel like there are in fact like homies here. Oh, y'all ready for this? I think this is gonna be the final life now. There he is. Okay. This is how we're gonna end this today, I suspect. Unless I survive, which, you know, we'll have to see, for sure. Gosh. Where are you? There he is. He's coming our way. Hello, YFAT. Again, Paladin. All right. Let's do this. Good game, man. Good game. I totally over-relied on the greatsword there. Well done, friend. Okay, we are back and matched up again. Okay. Well, I think on that note, honestly, I probably am down to conclude the stream for tonight. I think I'm dying a little too much to the paladins. I know it might not be the most satisfying experience ending like that, but I think it kind of gives us more reason to, continue on next time, because I think it's going to be more more immediate that we're going to succeed, and so the stream will actually not be stuck as much. Thank you for the 5 human effigies, friend. That was very kind of you. I very much appreciated that. Yeah, rip, unfortunately. That's all right. Well, progress made. We've defeated one boss, and then I guess got stuck in the Vietnam. For some reason, I really didn't expect to be stuck here. It really doesn't look like hell, you know, but it, you know, neither did Vietnam, I suppose. Crit Multiplier says, loved that look. Good note for the end. It's a tough level. Fair enough. Yeah. No. I mean, damn. If, man, almost want to 1v1 you again, but that's okay. And for another time for sure. I've had plenty of duels this time. You know what? I'm realizing the partial reason we didn't get through too much of the level today is because, in fact, we have actually PvP'd a lot. Like a lot. We had like 1, 2, 3... Yeah, I think we had 3 invasions from Crit Multiplier, and we had 2 invasions from YFAT. So we looked at 5 invasions today, which I think is pretty significant. But yeah, you guys, so at this point, yeah, we're going to be concluding the stream. I'll be updating you guys on my next streaming date. I hope to see you all around. This has been quite delightful. I'm going to be sure to remember more of my past next time. I'll try to focus more on the lore, the wizard lore. GG need more magic resistance, says YFAT. Fair. I have to say, it was really satisfying hitting you with that sword. I was really wondering, like, oh man, maybe, like, because you were, like, so slowed down from getting that, like, trying to do the heavy hit. I was like, oh, what if he does that again, and I can just, like, hit him with it a second time? But no, I was a little too foolish. You were wise in just charging me. Grimnir Talk says, great stream. Thank you so much for cozy vibes. Thank you for joining us, Grimnir. I know it's super late for you right now, so really thanks for staying up so late. It's really been delightful having you around the entire time, man. Gosh. All right, but yeah, no, if on that note, if y'all have any final thoughts, please share. But let me just have a quick reflection on what we did today. You know, we explored Drangleic. Not Drangleic. We got through the Drangleic castle, at least through a good chunk of it. We also enchanted our sword, the Merlin's Bane. So far, no one's made a better name for it, so it is indeed Merlin's Bane for now. It is now infused with darkness, which again is totally a neutral force in terms of good and evil. Darkness doesn't necessarily signify evil, so yeah, just saying, we're still on a good path. I think we're being morally good. Yes. Then we defeated I guess the Looking Glass Knight, which was really cool. I think that so far is my favorite boss fight of the game, just because of like the very kind of unique moveset and the vibe of the boss / appearance. And then we, battled a fellow wizard, died some, won some, got destroyed by paladins, got destroyed by clerics, got destroyed by golems, got destroyed by a dragon rider, but eventually overcame most of them. And so now, having battled the ultimate paladin of this journey, also who is currently asking me for my stats, here, let me share. Here are my stats. YFAT, you may have them. So yeah, no, next time we'll sure match up again, and it'll be equally epic. The ideological struggle never ends. Grimnir says, I do my best to work while burning the midnight oil, so pleasure is mine. Joy, that makes me very happy. Thank you for being here, man. But yeah, I think on that note, I'm just really looking forward to going back to Drangleic very soon. It's always fun doing the streams with y'all. Y'all make it worth it, and just really take in the beauty of this place. Always such a pleasure. Whatever horrible things we explore, however many times we die, the sunset never truly sets on Majula, and I think that's kind of a really pleasant part of this world, where no matter what, I always have this little cozy location, and it's never going to be dark. Yeah, and gosh, the horizon is truly infinite before us. But yes, on that note, thank you all so much for joining me today. This was the Media Wizard, and I'll see you all in the next stream. Have a wonderful day, friends.